get set to open fall. It is 2011, if you can believe it, and head coach Ken Lola is here with me. My name's Sean Moth. Great to have you along as always. Looking forward to another tremendous season. It's kind of hard to improve upon the last one, but Coach here is all about process, and that process began last spring, and every spring is different. There are different things you need to accomplish. You brought back a lot of kids, so it was probably different than maybe you've had. What did you want to accomplish this spring, and what did you get done?
Well, the first thing was to challenge us, and the trip down to Brazil certainly was a big challenge in a lot of ways. So we played a number of professional teams down there. And quite honestly, didn't win any of those games, but the level of play, the experience, all was a great challenge for us, and a wonderful opportunity that we benefited from tremendously. And then even coming back and playing our spring games here, we played the Columbus Crew and the Chicago Fire, as well as 3 other college teams. And we played well, grew quite a bit, and integrated a couple of new guys into it as well at the same time, which was all beneficial.
Warm summer temperatures mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but one thing it means for you is bringing the young people out to campus and getting them on the pitch and teaching them the finer points of playing soccer. And I know that's something you and your staff look forward to, and this year offered you a special opportunity. Yeah,
the camps were tremendous. There was an overwhelmingly number of kids that came out and attended our camps. There was a wonderful showing, and it gave us an opportunity, one from a community standpoint, to get integrated, but also, like you said, to provide some guidance and teaching about the game of soccer and about principles of success. But one of the things that JT, my nephew, who's a special needs child, ended up coming out for one of our camps, and we ended up, while he was here, having a JT and Friends night. And it was a clinic for special needs kids, the first time we ever did it, and it was overwhelmingly successful. It was tremendous. It was a great evening. A lot of people came out and volunteered, and it's something that we'll continue to do each year now.
Yeah, it sounds like just an amazing experience, and I know we've said hello to JT on occasion. So JT, it's good to have you along as always, and I look forward to those down the road as they continue. You get into the fall. I talk with Karen Ferguson days, and it feels like eventually it's going to be July and the kids are going to be back on campus. I think we waited until August this time, but you and your team got together for training after I know the captains worked the team out. You had 2 exhibitions, and one was at St. Louis, a solid opponent at a great venue, and then Michigan, kind of a neutral site event that you've had in the past, and you get a pair of 2-0 wins. And I know that it's about the process, but 2 good results in the preseason.
They were very good results. The best part of it was how we played. In the first game, we limited our players, all of them, to about 45 minutes just because we were only a few days into preseason. And with that, we played very, very well in the first half, moved the ball very well, created some good opportunities. And in the second half, a little bit choppier just because of a fitness standpoint. But also did well defensively and limited the amount of opportunities they had. And it was good, and purposely that we played 2 on the road, although one was neutral. We have some very good opponents on the road this year, and wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of that feeling and a chance to bond as a team. And it was both games were very good for us. Michigan as well pushed us a little bit and stretched us a little bit more. They're athletically gifted, a little bit more experienced. And both were great opportunities for us to get better, and we did.
I think 180 minutes of soccer, there were 2 shots on goal by the opponent. So clearly the men in the back and the people that supported them defensively were doing a fine job. And speaking of doing a fine job, the preseason honors continue to pour in. And I know you're ready for the postseason honors, but at the same time, it's a great compliment to what your program has done. And Andre Boudreaux was named preseason Keeper of the Year in the Big East, Austin Berry preseason Defender, and Colin Rolfe preseason Co-Player of the Year as your team was picked to win the division and the league in the Big East. And then I believe Austin and Colin both on the preseason Herman watch list, and I think Lowe's senior class. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of buzz around your team, and it's got to be exciting.
It is exciting, and it is a product of what we've done in the past. All those guys that you've mentioned have had great careers to this point with us, and we expect them to have very good seasons again. And we continue to tell the guys those are very much team awards. Those guys have worked very hard, but it's a product of us doing well. You know, Colin is recognized as a Herman Trophy candidate the last 2 years, but if we're not as successful as we are, that's likely not going to happen. So it is a product of our program and the growth of the program, and we would expect that to continue as our program continues to grow.
Yeah. Fans can get spoiled and focus on Birmingham and all the exciting things that can happen come December, but you and your team have it in perspective. And right now what you're excited about is Saturday night at Cardinal Park. And there's a lot to be excited about. It's #1 Louisville, another preseason honor we didn't really mention, against #2 UCLA, a rematch of maybe the greatest sporting event I've seen on campus, and a great way to start the season.
It is, and from a marketing standpoint, it really doesn't get any better, and that's what we're excited about. Is opportunities like this allow attention to be focused on the university, our athletic department, and more specifically our program. And all of that is wonderful. It's great to have that attention, and on top of that, it's going to be a great game because both teams are very talented, very experienced, and it's a great way to kick off the season just from a standpoint of one, having it at home, but also the opponent and getting a good game right off the bat to see where we're at. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned, a lot of growth to be had, and this is a wonderful way to start it off.
The whiteout at Cardinal Park will be artificial this time. There will not be a Mother Nature's addition to it. But just to clarify too, we had some questions last year. We addressed it in the coaches show. The team will be wearing red so they can see each other. There was some problems seeing the teammates when everybody was in black or red, and your team was as well. So you won't go with the whiteout necessarily, so you can find teammates to connect.
Well, it was interesting. The first NCAA tournament game we had last year, ahead of time, they knew that there was going to be a large crowd, and they put seats on the other side of the field. And it was the first time that we actually had fans on that side of the field. And as you would expect, they're wearing red mostly to support Louisville, and we like to wear red at home in sharp colors. And after the game, a number of our guys said it was tough to pick out the other, our teammates on the other side of the field because they blended in with the fans. So if you remember the last two games, we wore white, and it helped significantly. So knowing that it's going to be a large crowd and a white crowd, rather than blending in,
yeah,
we want to stand out a little bit and make sure that we're able to see each other.
We may see teams take advantage of this and have a powder blue out so the other team can't see each other, but I doubt that's going to come out. We have a lot of exciting things. I know that you don't really necessarily take any pressure from what the team accomplished and what the expectations are, but what do the expectations do? How does that alter your outlook on the team, or does it even have an effect?
Well, the expectations we haven't changed from the first day we've gotten here, and they will not change. And really, it's all about just being the best we can be, regardless of whether we're ranked #1 or have won a certain amount of games. Last year, we were undefeated for most of the year, and we don't talk about those things because there are certain things that we can and cannot control. And right now, simply what's in our control is our own growth and development. What we know is that the extension of the season goes to December 11th. For us to maximize our growth, what we need to be doing is playing on that date. We have to maximize our opportunities and playing against the best teams, and playing in the NCAA tournament, playing in the Big East tournament, and playing in the final games of both is paramount to our growth. So we're focused on that. Those dates are important to us, and accomplishing that is very important. But again, the focus is what we can control, and not necessarily what other people think of us.
Sure. As we get wrapping up on our first show of the year, as we tape this, it is a special day, and we occasionally allow the opportunity to send out a personal greeting, and I'll allow you on behalf of both of us to do that today, because today's a special day for somebody in your life.
We want to wish Tina, my wife, a happy birthday. I continue to say, is the greatest blessing in my life, and so much appreciate everything she does, not only for me, but if you ask our program and our kids, she is such a big part of what we do, so we value her and what she does.
No question about it, and we look forward to providing you weekly shows throughout the season, whether you catch those on our website, through your Facebook page, or through YouTube. We will be here all season long, and we're excited. It should be a fun one. For Ken Lola, I'm Shaw Moth. We will see you at Cardinal Park on Saturday night for the whiteout, 7 o'clock, #1 Louisville against #2 UCLA to kick off the 2011 season. And then we'll talk to you next week, and it will be right here on